The reply arrived less than an hour later, short, polite, cold enough to make Kang Wan's blood pressure rise instantly. Mr. Jeon Jungkook is currently unavailable. The meeting date will be arranged later. Actress Kang Wan is requested to wait patiently. For 3 full seconds, the apartment remained silent. Then, wait. Wan slowly lowered her phone, staring at the message like it had personally offended her entire bloodline. He told me to wait. Across the living room, Yang already looked exhausted. She had dealt with the directors, reporters, stalker fans, jealous actresses, and the company CEO for years. But nothing was more dangerous than Kang Wan with wounded pride. Wan let out an unbelieving laugh before throwing her phone onto the cream-colored sofa. Does he even know who I am? And honestly, this wasn't arrogance speaking. Kang Wan is one of the biggest actresses in South Korea right now. Every drama she touched became successful. Luxury brand chased after her. Producers adjusted filming schedules just to fit her calendar. But Wan simply knew her worth, which was exactly why this felt so insulting. Meanwhile, somewhere in Seoul, Jeon Jungkook, the most feared man in the country, had casually placed her on the waiting list. Yang pinched the bridge of her nose tightly. Why? She sighed. I don't think you understand the situation. Oh, I understand perfectly. Wine stepped. The psycho mafia man just rejected my meeting request. He didn't reject it. He basically did. He asked you to wait. That's worse. Yang stared at her for a moment before speaking carefully. He's a mafia. Wine rolled her eyes immediately. And I am an actress. No, Yang corrected. You're a celebrity. He's kind of the man celebrities avoid making eye contact with. That sentence finally made Wine quiet. The atmosphere inside the apartment shifted slightly. Outside, the massive glass windows so glittered beautifully beneath the night sky, but inside, tension slowly filled the room. Yang sat beside her with a deep sigh. I managed to calm the company down for now. She said, I told them the scandal is fake and you have nothing to do with John Jungkook, so they are giving us time before taking legal action. Wan instantly looked at her. So they haven't cancelled my contract? Not yet. Ryan exits softly in relief before dropping her head back against the sofa dramatically. The entire thing is insane, she muttered. I still don't understand why people even starting shipping us. Yang hesitated, then she quietly said, because we both go to the same dentist. Silence. Wan slowly turned her head. Excuse me? The internet found out you visited the same dental clinic on the same day once, Yang explained carefully. Fans made theories, edits started trending, people connected random things, and then suddenly half of the country decided you two were soulmates. Wine stared at her blankly. So sharing a dentist means we are dating now? Apparently. For a second, Wine genuinely looked like she wanted to fight the entire internet. Then she groaned loudly and covered her face with the pillow. I hate people. Yang almost laughed, almost, but Wan suddenly lowered the pillow again, her expression turning serious as her eyes drifted towards the television screen. John Jungkook's face appeared again across the breaking news headline. Calm expression, dark eyes, an arrogant little smirk, the same smirk he wore before casually destroying her peaceful life with a single note. Ryan narrowed her eyes. No, she muttered slowly. Yang looked at her carefully. No, this man definitely did that on purpose. The soft sound of workout music echoed through Kang Swan private gym while the city lights shimmered beyond the giant glass windows of her penthouse apartment. Dressed in a black high-waisted leggings and a fitted white workout top, Wine walked steadily on the treadmill, blonde hair tied in a loose ponytail while sweat glowed softly against her skin. The luxury gym around her looked straight out of a celebrity magazine, marble flooring, dim golden lights, sleek modern machines, and breathtaking night view of the soul stretching endlessly behind her. Usually the gym relaxed her, tonight it only made her more irritated. Everywhere she looked the same headline followed her. Jeon Jungkook confirms relationship with actress Kang Ryan. Wan rolled her eyes and increased the treadmill speed. One, a rich psychopath, nods at reporter. She muttered under her breath, and suddenly I have a fictional boyfriend. Suddenly the gym doors opened quickly. Wan walked in holding her phone tightly, her black hair tied into a messy bun while tension covered her face. Ryan. The tone alone made Wan slow the treadmill. Why do you look like the government called? Yang ignored the joke completely. He replied. Wan stepped off the treadmill immediately. Who replied? John Jungkook. Silence filled the gym. Wan blinked slowly. The actual mafia? Yes, Yang answered flatly. Apparently, there's only one in the Korea ruining our peace right now. Wan grabbed a towel, staring at her in disbelief. You're joking. I wish I was. When's the meeting? Tonight? Tonight? She repeated it loudly. Are you insane? Tonight we have the luxury perfume ad shoot, don't we? Yang sighed tiredly. I already postponed it. You postponed a brand shoot for him? I postponed it to save our career. Wine looked personally attacked. This man is exhausting, and I haven't even met him yet. Yang crossed her arms calmly. I don't think men like him are used to waiting for people. Wine looked down at herself dramatically, leggings, workout top, sweaty ponytail, and am I supposed to meet him looking like this? Yang glanced at her once before shrugging lightly. You looks expensive enough. You will survive. That's still not comforting. Wine started walking toward the exit before suddenly stepping near the gym doors. Do you think he did all this intentionally? Yang went silent for a moment, then slowly answered. A man like John Jungkook doesn't accidentally create national scandals. While the entire country obsessed over their relationship, the reality was far less romantic. John Jungkook never planned to meet Kang Wan properly in the first place. For him, this meeting was nothing more than a lesson, a quiet reminder of the difference between a celebrity and a man like him. The private cafe had already been cleared hours before his arrival. Security guarded every entrance while black luxury cars lined the empty street outside. Wealthy politicians, actors, and businessmen often visited this cafe because of one simple reason: no cameras were allowed inside, especially when Jun Jungkook was there. Meanwhile, inside the VIP room upstairs, Jungkook sat lazily on the velvet sofa with one hand resting against a jaw while several men discussed business in front of him. Completely calm, completely unbothered. One of his managers stepped closer carefully. Boss, he said quietly, actress Kang Wan has arrived. Jungkook didn't even look up. Instead, he casually adjusted the expensive watch around his waist. Make her wait. The manager hesitated slightly. For how long, sir? Jungkook finally lifted his eyes long enough. The answer alone made everyone in the room silent because they all understood immediately. This wasn't business anymore, it was ego. And somewhere downstairs, Kang Wan was already losing her patience. Nearly 40 minutes later, Wan sat inside the private waiting area, gripping her untouched iced coffee while irritation burned across her face. Her leg bounced impatiently beneath the table. Around her, bodyguards stood near the entrance while employees nervously avoided eye contact. The luxurious cafe suddenly felt suffocating. Yang quietly leaned closer. Wan, calm down. Calm down, Wan repeated in disbelief. He called me here and disappeared. He probably busy. He's been probably busy for 40 minutes. Yang said tightly, you're talking about John Jungkook. And Wan snapped softly. I cancelled a luxury brand shoot for this meeting. Do you know how much money I lose every hour standing here? Before Yang could answer, Jungkook manager approached carefully. Tall, perfectly dressed, professional smile, the type of man clearly trained to survive around dangerous people. My apologize, ma'am, he said politely. Mr. John is currently in an important meeting. We ask for a little patience. That sentence finally broke something inside her. Her slowly placed her glass onto the table and stands up. What exactly does your boss think this is? She asked coldly. The manager blinked slightly. Ma'am? No, Vine cut him off sharply. If I come here on the short notice, that doesn't mean I don't have work. I had an entire shoot scheduled tonight, and this still came because I requested this meeting. The atmosphere instantly became intense. Even Yahoo looked nervous now. Vine, she warned quietly. But Vine was already angry. Weeks of stress, media chaos, career pressure, and now this arrogant mafia man treating her time like it meant nothing. Her eyes turned colder. This is disrespectful. Ma'am, please understand. No, you understand. One step closer to the table, frustration written all over her face. Tell your boss something for me. The manager stayed silent. Wine crossed her arms. If he doesn't know how to value someone else's time, she said slowly, then maybe he's not as impressive as people think he is. The room froze. Even the cafe employees stopped moving because nobody, absolutely nobody, spoke about John Jungkook like that. But Wine wasn't finished. And honestly, she added with a sarcastic laugh, for someone obsessed with status, his manners are disappointing. Yang looked seconds away from fainting. The manager's professional smile almost cracked. But before anyone could respond, Van grabbed her bag and turned around immediately. Let's go. Her bodyguards instantly moved beside her while Yang hurried after her in panic. Van, slow down. Behind them, Jungkook manager quickly stepped forward. Ma'am, please wait. But Van's security blocked him immediately. The cafe doors opened. Cold night air rushed inside, while within seconds Kang Wan disappeared outside surrounded by the black-suited bodyguards while paparazzi waiting across the street exploded into chaos. Upstairs, one of the Jungkook's men hurried nervously into the VIP rooms. Boss? Jungkook slowly lifted his eyes from the whiskey glass in his hand. She left. Silence, one of the businessmen at the table nervously looked down, waiting for Jungkook's reaction, anger, annoyance, something. Instead, Jungkook leaned back lazily against the sofa, then smiled, not warmly. Something quieter, more dangerous, good. The man blinked in confusion. Sir, Jungkook swallowed the whiskey in the glass slowly before speaking. There's no need to reply to her messages anymore. But boss, the manager said carefully, what if her company? She'll come back herself. His confidence silenced the entire room instantly. She's angry right now, he said quietly, but people like Kangwan always return when curiosity becomes stronger than the pride. And somewhere outside the cafe inside a luxury car speeding through the Seoul, Kangwan was furious enough to prove.